plan on spending the day out here. So I got some stuff to make some food with. Sausages and pancakes. The main thing I want to do today is throw this grabber blanket, this space blanket, on my shelter on the inside, thatch leaves and sticks on the outside, to basically get the back portion done today. And we'll see how much farther else I get. That's the main thing for today. So if I remember correctly, these are 5x7. That's about a perfect size for what I want. I'm gonna put this reflector blanket, the space blanket, facing what some people would consider the wrong way. So there's this silver on it, this reflective part, and I would assume the smart idea, the normal idea would be to put it facing in so that it would reflect heat from the fire back at me. But I'm not too concerned about warmth here, and I would much rather, and I'm gonna be thatching the back, so you're not gonna see the silver from the back. But I don't want to see the silver from the front either. I don't want to be laying in here and see silver. I want to see green. It's a little bit more of a neutral tone, and that's what I want to see when I'm inside my shelter or looking at my shelter. So again, the silver part is going to be covered up on the outside, but it would not have been covered up on the inside, and the silver would have been exposed. Not that it's a deal breaker by any means, it's just my personal preference. So all I did was I tied one grommet to this side, and I've tucked it all up underneath the logs. I'm going to tie the second grommet to this log and the ridge pole. So nice and easy. All I'm going to do is take my running end, throw it through the grommet on the grabber tarp. I'm going to move my rib over as far as it goes, and then I'm going to tie the space blanket, the last rib, and the ridge pole all together. It's giving it a little bit more security, and it's on there. And all I'm doing is using an overhand, not like I would tie my shoe with. That way I can take it down easily if I need to. All I have to do now, tie it on the bottom, do the same thing, and then tie the sideways posts underneath it. Getting it down as tight as I can. So this is how it turned out. Looks about perfect. The size is spot on. There's only one problem, is when I start to thatch the back, this is gonna bow in towards me. So I'm gonna get 2 or 3 thin, straight poles that I can tie running sideways on here, just to keep this from bowing onto me too much. So I was able to get my pieces. 2 of them were straight and not free, but this third one, pretty gnarly, and I don't want it poking through stuff, so I just got to clean it up a little bit, but it'll be fine. To clean it up, I'm just going to use my axe, my 20-inch Sandvik. Move. Go on, buddy, lay down. Be good. So I've got them all tied up there, 3. I might need to put one in the middle here or even one here, but we'll see. I can do that after. It's no big deal. What I want to do right now, I'll take you around back and show you what it looks like. So you can see that the back of it here, it looks very aggressive, very abrasive. It's going to stand out a whole lot. So right now, I just want to get that covered up. And all that's going to entail is laying debris up and down, like just thinner sticks like this. And then leaves on top of it. Warming up again, man. It's been about a week since I've been here, and the temperature hasn't changed. It was a little chillier on the way in today, but even so, it's 10 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm having to lose this flannel shirt. Ba-bam! Okay, so the back is looking decent. I'm gonna go try and find some down trees that have loose bark to really give it a good look. This downed ash can potentially give me some big sheets. It's a little far gone, so getting the bigger sheets off might be a chore, but that's okay. And it's okay if I only get small pieces too, because I can just use a bunch of them. It's okay, buddy. Yeah, these will help. The longer the better. All right, this is a start. Good, decent haul of bark. Keep in mind that this thatching material is really only to blend the shelter in. It's not for keeping it dry. That's what the grabber blanket's for on the inside. I don't have to worry about starting at the bottom, thatching my way up and getting 3 feet of thick leaves and all that stuff, because I do have that man-made material in there that's going to keep me dry. Or dry-ish. It doesn't have to be necessarily completely dry in there. I'm not too concerned about that. But all this bark is doing now, like I said, is just blending it into its surroundings. I don't want this silver mylar sticking out everywhere, so we're just gonna set this bark on top, and then we're gonna throw more debris on top to hold it down. The back here is 90% done. I can still fill in more, but I can't see any of the grabber blanket from this side looking at it. It just looks like a brush pile. So that's what I was going after. I do want to make sides. I'll do that as well. And then I had planned on extending the roof up past to get rain protection, but I have another idea what I'm going to do to add on to this. So I am going to go along and cut all the long poles that are sticking over top of the shelter off. Yeah, and then I'll leave the second part of the building for another day. But it'll be cool. We have like a lot of protected area. I'm pretty happy with it. I do have to move my bench back a touch, which is no big deal. Just slide everything back a little, like maybe 3 inches, and then that way I will be completely covered by this ridge pole. As it stands now, my body is covered by the ridge pole, but this last, maybe not, maybe my body's fully not covered. I need to be back here a little bit. So what I'll probably do is take this front log off, switch it to the back, and then add another one. Or it might be okay just like that. But again, I'm not sleeping here tonight. I'm not too worried about it tonight. It will do. But I'm hungry, and I need a big base of coals to cook with. So I'm going to start a fire now. Oh. Alright, that's your piece, I guess. So today I have my Deering Bushcraft EDC Deering knives.
I like this little knife a lot. This is some ironwood I'm using. And again, we're just taking shavings off the outside of it because it hasn't rained in days. And I like that the little bit of wood, there's a little bit of decay in the wood right on the outside. Makes it really, really nice curls. Look, it's spalted. That's what they mean by spalted. It's like a stage of rot or decay. Usually you see it in maple a lot more. They'll use it, people will use it on knife handles and stuff like that. That'll do. Just cutting up some firewood for my fire, and I need to get something to start it with, so this sassafras is always a good option. It's nice and light. It's too long to put in my little fire pit like this, and it's too short to rest on a log and cut. So here's another trick I learned from Iowa Woodsman. When you have a buck saw, you can use the weight of your body to cut the wood, and it works a hell of a lot easier too. So you have your buck saw, you put it on the ground, handle down, you put 1 foot inside it, 1 foot behind it. Depending on your buck saw, this might differ. You just take both hands and go lightly. Super easy that way. And it's not awkward when you're cutting such a small length. Wow, that wood is rotten. My log is just bouncing off. There we go. Has anyone seen my fire steel? Has anybody seen my fire steel? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got my frying pan O shavings. I'm going to take the super paper thin ones to start it with. And these will all go right on top right after. I got some locust twigs to put on. I'll be good to go from there. Got a sassafras, locust, and ironwood fire. That's a different one. Is that a fire still in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? While that's burning, I think I'll keep working on the shelter. I want to get rid of all these and make them flush with the ridgepole. Alright, so today, as I mentioned, I've got breakfast sausages, about 4 of them. I'll probably give 1 to Scout. I've got pancake batter. This is the just add water one. And I got some chocolate chips in there. I got some lard. I got some syrup on that scissor. I've got foldable spatula and my grill. Oh, and one more thing after the grill. I'm sorry about this grill, guys. It's still in the process. I know a lot of you guys asked me about it. It's still supposed to happen. I will let you know when it does, if it does. And then my new frying pan, my foldable handle frying pan. So, this should be a good lunch. We'll call it lunch. What am I going to do first? First, I'm going to fry up the sausages in the frying pan. And then I'm going to halfway, and then I'm going to start cooking my pancake in there, and then I'll finish the sausages off on the grill so that they get a grilled smoky flavor as well, as opposed to just fried. Let's do it. Let's do it. You hear those sausages going. So in the past, I've used a billy can to mix my pancake dough batter, I guess. But today, I'm going to use a Ziploc bag. Less mess. All about the less mess. So let's start with that much, add some water. But I gotta flip these sausages real quick. So you can always add more water, right? It's hard to take water away. Ah, I have a hole! I have a hole in my Ziploc. I wasn't expecting that. What do you do about that, Ranger Joe? What do you do about the hole in the Ziploc, bud? Oh, I forgot I got walnuts in here too. Things are going to shit. Yeah, we'll do it in the Ziploc bag so that there's no mess this time, right? After that fiasco, I'm kind of clean now. Let's get these off of here because they're mostly done. And we'll have to rig up, no scope, not for you. Oh, my telephone. We'll have to rig up something in the back. So we will, oh, that's hot. Can you guys hear that in the background? It's a four-wheeler or something. So we'll go like this. These are a little hot. I'll use the spatula. So we'll leave that there. Cook the pancake here. I'm going to add some lard to this sausage grease. It's just not enough sausage grease, I don't think. If it is, oh well, lard is not going to hurt anything. It's going to make it taste better. Okay, I'm just going to squeeze it in there like that, I think. A little on the thick side. I'll have to flatten it out a bit. Yep, that helped. So it's got walnuts and chocolate chips in here. It's going to be thick and cooked with lard, so it will be more of an actual pancake. A cake in a pan, as it were. If I don't rip it all to Alright. Okay. We shall see. Alright, I gotta flip this thing. She's getting there. Not as golden as I'd like it to have been. I'm losing heat on this fire too, even though I had a rocking fire before. Might have to eat the sausages now. I think that's what I want to do. I decided I'm going to give one to Scout and eat one right now, and save two to eat with my pancake because I like to put syrup on it all. But we broke Scout's open because they've been super hot. It's been chilling, cooling down. Here, buddy, come get it. Come into frame. Good boy, it's just for you. Oh, do go. You do go. Oh yeah, the big boy. Super gentle. Super gentle. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, and I would laugh. I lost so much water making that pancake through the hole in the Ziploc bag that it turned out way too thick. The batter turned out too thick. But it's okay. It'll be like more like a dessert bannock thing. And it's not even chocolate chips that I have, and I forgot. I put raisins and walnuts in it. Jerk ass Joe strikes again. Okay, I'm calling this done. I've been blowing on the ashes, blowing on the embers to just keep the coals going. I believe it's done. I've cracked it open. It looks cooked to me, so I'm calling it good. Got my sausages there, and yeah, well, I guess we'll find out. All right, so just like last time, it's a little warm. I'm gonna put it on this log on my lap. You know, my trusty old maple syrup. Douse it nicely. I'm gonna leave some of this because it's more of a bannock style without syrup on it. I'm gonna put my sausages over with the syrup part, glaze them up nicely. And then I'll leave some in case I don't really like the way it tastes with the walnuts and raisins and syrup. We shall see though. It's good on its own. Try a bit with the syrup on it. It's more like a dessert with the syrup on it. But a piece of sausage. That's what I was waiting for. I'm gonna eat this up. I'm trying to figure out the lighting in here. It's hard to deal with. Anyways, that was really good. Am I in focus? I can't see anything. It was really good. I didn't end up eating it all, so I left a little portion of it up on the tree there for some critters, but I'm sure they're gonna get nice and sugar high from it. So despite my having put runners going sideways, it's still bowing a little bit in the middle. There's a lot of weight there, and I don't want to mess around with it too much, but I figure if I stick this down in there, pry that up, and prop it against the ridgepole, it should do something for me. I don't know. We'll see if it's worth it. I might lose more room with the width of this log, but we'll see. We'll try it out anyway. Just trying to flatten it out a little bit so that I don't have to prop up as much on the ridgepole, as much material. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that'll work really well. Now hold that one straight from bowing. Give it a little more structural integrity. I don't lose any room. Not too bad. It's coming like home. I just got the call. I got to be the one to go get my daughter today. My wife was supposed to, but now she can't make it. So I got to get out of here within 20 minutes. That's not too bad. I can still do one more thing before I leave. I want to fix up the bed a little bit. I've been playing with it, and it's not as sturdy as it was before, so I do want to pound some stakes in. So I'm going to get some sturdy dead wood and make some stakes real quick after I pack up. This is a piece of really strong, dead red oak, and I'm planning on splitting it right down the middle and using either side for a peg each. There's lots of noises going on out there. Move, Scout. Well, not that even. You hear that? Like, what is that out there? Some farm equipment, I think. Okay, so this will be a good peg. Then this one. So all I want is this log tight up against here. Move, Scout. Perfect. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a good time. I'll be back out here soon to do more work on the shelter and spend a night in it. Take it easy, guys. Have a good day.